Hey adventurers, welcome to a land where time stood still. Imagine going way back in time, to a time of kings and queens and exciting legends. This is the magic of the Baekje Historic Areas, right in the middle of South Korea. These aren't just old broken buildings. They're like whispers from a super cool past, telling us stories about the Baekje Kingdom. From way back in 18 BC to 660 AD, this kingdom left its mark on the land. Today we can walk in their footsteps, see their amazing art and feel history come alive. Come with me on a journey through time. We'll explore the heart of the Baekje Historic Areas. These special places, spread across Gongju, Buyo and Iksan, are like pieces of a giant puzzle. Each place holds a clue to how awesome and important the Baekje Kingdom was. Imagine huge temples reaching for the sky, with carvings that tell stories of long ago. We'll walk through what's left of royal palaces and strong fortresses. We'll even visit peaceful old temples. Our adventure starts in Gongju, the old capital city of Baekje. Imagine a city full of history, where you can almost hear the voices of kings and queens. Gongju was a powerful place, a center of art and culture, and a really important place for Buddhism when the Baekje Kingdom was just starting. Its location made it a natural fortress, keeping the Baekje kings and their people safe from enemies. From the ruins of big palaces to the quiet beauty of old temples, Gongju is full of Baekje treasures. The spirit of Baekje is still alive here in Gongju, just waiting for us to discover it. High up on Gongsan Mountain, overlooking the city of Gongju, is the Gongsanseong Fortress. This huge fortress, made of earth and stone, has been standing guard for hundreds of years, watching history unfold. Imagine the fortress walls, worn down by time but still strong, showing how smart the Baekje builders were. Gongsanseong Fortress wasn't just a place for soldiers, it was a safe place for the Baekje people during wars. Inside, life went on, with shiny palaces and a beautiful view of the Gyeomgang River flowing through the valley below. Now, we'll go underground, into a mountain, to the tomb of King Muryong. Found in 1971, this is the tomb of King Muryong, the 25th king of Baekje and his queen. It's an amazing example of ancient building and art. Step inside, and you'll feel like you've traveled back in time. The tomb's brick walls are covered with cool paintings of mythical creatures and scenes from Baekje life. These paintings, still bright after all these years, show us what the Baekje people believed and what kind of art they liked. But the real treasures are inside the tomb's rooms, with all sorts of burial objects. The tomb of King Muryong isn't just a grave, it shows how much respect the Baekje people had for their rulers. Our journey continues south, along the Gyeomgang River, to the old city of Buyo. If Gongju was the heart of the early Baekje Kingdom, Buyo was its soul, the place where the kingdom was reborn after a terrible invasion. Imagine the year 538 AD. The Baekje people, after losing their capital city of Gongju to enemies, found a new home in this valley. Here, they rebuilt their kingdom, even stronger than before. Buyo became the new capital, showing how tough and determined the Baekje people were. Buyo is a place where history comes alive, where the past meets the present, and where the spirit of Baekje still inspires us. Near the slopes of Busan Mountain, just outside Buyo, is the Jeongnimsa Temple site, a peaceful and spiritual place. Imagine going back to 602 AD, when King Mu of Baekje, a Buddhist who loved art, ordered this beautiful temple to be built. The most important part of this temple is the 5-story stone pagoda, an amazing example of Baekje architecture that's still standing tall. Its graceful levels, pointing up to the sky, seem to float, while its detailed carvings tell stories of faith. Jeongnimsa Temple site isn't just a group of pretty buildings, it's a place where you can feel the spirit of Baekje Buddhism. Close your eyes and listen. Can you hear the wooden moktak, calling the monks to prayer? We can't leave Borneo without visiting Baekje Cultural Land, a big open-air museum that brings the Baekje era to life. Imagine stepping into a time machine and going back to the 6th century. Here, among rebuilt palaces, temples and houses, you can see what life was like during the best time of Baekje. Walk through the gates of Sabi Palace, the royal home, and check out its amazing architecture. Explore the busy marketplace, where you can almost hear merchants selling their goods and people laughing. Baekje Cultural Land isn't just a museum, it's a real experience, a trip back in time that helps us connect with the past. Our adventure now takes us west to Iksan, a city where time seems to have stopped, and the earth whispers secrets of a great past. Imagine a place with ancient burial mounds, their grassy hills rising like waves. Iksan was once an important part of Baekje, a place of power and wealth, where kings ruled and artists created amazing things. But Iksan is also mysterious, with legends and whispers of a lost kingdom. As we explore the ruins and tombs, we'll feel a sense of wonder. What stories do these silent stones hold? What secrets are buried underground? Iksan invites us to discover its mysteries. In Iksan, among rice fields and hills, is the Miruksa temple site, a beautiful and historically important place. Imagine traveling back to the 7th century, when Baekje, at its most powerful, started building this amazing temple. Even though only parts of it are left, you can still see how huge it was. Big stone platforms which once held up giant wooden pillars show how big the main hall was. Close your eyes and imagine the temple at its best. Can you hear the monks chanting? Even though most of the temple is gone, its story remains, showing the ambition, artistry and faith of the Baekje people. Now we'll go to the Wangungri ruins in Iksan, what's left of a giant palace where the Baekje royalty lived. Imagine a city within a city, a place of power and luxury, where kings ruled and people tried to gain their favor. Even though time and weather have worn it down, the Wangungri ruins give us a peek into the lives of the Baekje royalty. Walk among the foundations of big halls and imagine the beautiful decorations that once filled these spaces. Look into the remains of workshops and kilns, where skilled artists made beautiful jewelry and pottery. The Wangungri ruins are more than just stones and foundations. They show us the heart of Baekje power. Our journey has shown us how good the Baekje Kingdom was at building art and spirituality. But Baekje wasn't just a kingdom on its own, it was a center of cultural exchange, a bridge connecting Korea with the rest of the world. Imagine Baekje as a place where different cultures met, where ideas, beliefs and art styles mixed together. Baekje's influence reached far, even across the sea to Japan, where it helped spread Buddhism and Chinese culture. Think of the talented Baekje artists, shaping not just stone and wood, but also the culture of East Asia. Baekje's story shows how powerful cultural exchange can be, reminding us that even long ago, the world was connected. Baekje's rulers knew that to be successful and safe, they needed to be friends with their neighbors. Using smart diplomacy and trade routes, Baekje made allies and shared culture with kingdoms across the East China Sea. Imagine the busy ports of Baekje, full of sights, sounds and smells from faraway lands. Picture ships filled with silk, ceramics and other treasures, arriving from China and Japan. These sea routes weren't just for trading, they were ways to share knowledge and culture. Baekje learned about Buddhism from China, and this new faith changed the kingdom's art, architecture and beliefs. Even though Baekje was great at culture and diplomacy, it couldn't last forever. In 660 AD, after centuries of success, Baekje was defeated by Silla and Tang, ending an era. Imagine the sadness as the kingdom crumbled, its palaces and temples falling apart. But even after its defeat, Baekje's legacy lived on. The kingdom's achievements, especially in art, architecture and Buddhism, continued to influence Korea and other places. The Baekje Historic Areas show us the enduring spirit of this amazing kingdom. The Baekje Historic Areas aren't just old ruins, they're like outdoor art museums, showing us the amazing art of a long-ago era. Baekje artists were so skilled, turning simple stone and wood into beautiful works of art. Imagine a Baekje sculptor carefully carving a block of granite, creating a majestic lion or a peaceful Buddha. Picture a painter, their brush moving across silk, creating colorful scenes from Baekje life. Baekje art is known for its elegance, grace, and attention to detail. From the curved temple roofs to the delicate features of Buddhist sculptures, everything is harmonious and balanced. Some of the most famous Baekje buildings are its tall stone pagodas, which seem to defy gravity as they reach for the sky. These graceful structures, built without any cement, show how clever the Baekje architects were. Imagine standing at the bottom of one of these towers, looking up as the levels get smaller towards the top. Each level, with its beautiful carvings and details, represents a step closer to enlightenment, a physical symbol of the Buddhist path to spiritual freedom. The stone pagodas of Baekje weren't just decorations. They held sacred Buddhist texts and important objects, and they were places for meditation and prayer. They symbolized Baekje's devotion to Buddhism and its role in spreading this faith to other countries. When Baekje adopted Buddhism in the 4th century AD, it started a golden age of art. Artists found inspiration in the teachings and images of this new faith. Buddhist sculptures, paintings, and decorations became popular, turning temples and palaces into places for spiritual thought and artistic expression. Imagine the peaceful face of a Baekje Buddha statue, its eyes half closed in meditation, its lips in a gentle smile, showing peace and calm. These sculptures, often made of shiny bronze or carved from wood, represent the Buddhist ideas of compassion, wisdom, and not caring too much about worldly things. Baekje Buddhist art is known for its delicate features, flowing robes, and peaceful expressions, showing the influence of Chinese and Korean art. These works of art weren't just objects of worship. They were also ways to teach, sharing Buddhist ideas through their beauty and symbolism. The art of Baekje didn't disappear when the kingdom fell. It continued to influence later Korean art and left a lasting impact on the culture of East Asia. The Baekje style, with its focus on elegance, harmony, and spiritual meaning, still inspires artists and fascinates people today. Think of all the people who visit the Baekje Historic Areas every year, drawn by their beauty and history. Picture students looking in awe at the intricate details of a Baekje temple carving, their imaginations sparked by the stories these ancient objects tell. The legacy of Baekje artistry shows the lasting power of human creativity and how art can outlive time and cultural differences. It reminds us that even with challenges and the passage of time, beauty stays, offering comfort, inspiration, and a link to the past. As our journey through the Baekje Historic Areas ends, we're left feeling amazed. These remains of a once powerful kingdom show us a vibrant past, a time of great art, cultural exchange, and spiritual growth. The Baekje people, even though their kingdom fell, left a legacy that still inspires us. Their beautiful temples, intricate carvings, and graceful pagodas show their skill, artistry, and deep faith. Imagine the echoes of their lives still present, the quiet prayers in ancient temples, the sounds of workshops where artists created masterpieces, the laughter of children playing near palaces. The Baekje Historic Areas aren't just about the past. They're about the strength of the human spirit, the ability to create beauty and meaning even when things change. These sites remind us that history isn't just dates and names. It's a story made up of the lives, dreams, and accomplishments of many people. By exploring the Baekje Historic Areas, we connect with this story, learning more about Korean history and the shared history of all people. So, what are you waiting for? Get ready for an adventure and explore the Baekje Historic Areas. Let the ancient stones tell you their secrets. Walk through the ruins of grand palaces and imagine the kings and queens who lived there. Look up at the tall stone pagodas reaching for the sky and feel connected to the spiritual hopes of the Baekje people. Let the beauty of the art and architecture take you back in time and listen to the stories these ancient sites have to share. The Baekje Historic Areas are more than just places to visit. They're doorways to the past, inviting you to discover and think. They remind us of the power of culture, why it's important to protect our history, and how the past shapes the present.